late 2020, there's a look at Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the New York Jets and the Seattle Seahawks. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and off we go from Seattle. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Ball again on second down. That one a first down pickup of 8. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He finds Corey Davis. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Open man here is Conklin. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. 3.5 to go, first quarter. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tannehill. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way, and the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Play action. It's Wilson. He finds his man complete. That's Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Now Wilson on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wilson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. On second down, a run with Hall. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They go play action now. Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Here's Wilson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Zerline good with a PAT. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he'll power his way up near the 25. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. 7-7, our score after 1. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Give him the third down conversion. 5 yards on the play. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The Seahawks at 10-5 to start play. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Tannehill. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. The Jets have Braxton Berrios back deep. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
They find some open field here. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks' 36-yard line. 76 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Complete on a crosser to Hall. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Jets have moved out in front. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw, Tannehill. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. Finding space at the 40. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. Throw out wide to Walker. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. That's just why I don't play in points per reception fantasy league.
Is that what they call
the receiver
PPR?
still gets a point there, yeah.
Oh.
And you went that far back, no bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
Throwing again on second down. Tannehill. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Tannehill. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their last 2 drives both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap, allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. So right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. A gain there of 21 yards. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
Come on, set.
Throwing again here, Wilson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Throw right side, caught by Davis. Touchdown! Corey Davis, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Zerline good with a PAT. And it's now 21-7.
Seahawks 7. Frank Zerline to kick off for the Jets.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Tannehill. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here we go.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again is Tannehill. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf, 57 yards. And the Seahawks get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half. Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. Targeting Moore, and he's got him on the crossing pattern. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Here we go. Right here.
A final shot here before the break. Tannehill going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw is Tannehill. An out route, and he's got the connection to Walker. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Now on 2nd and 13, Tannehill. This is the tight end fan. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Tannehill. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
At their own 15-yard line.
Let's go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Oh, a jet sweep to start the drive. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. Now it's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 39, Wilson. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. 30, 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And on that one with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. On the draw, it's Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They go play action now. Wilson. No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Wilson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll be out of bounds. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Seahawks have retaken a 3rd quarter lead.
Instead of having to play follow the leader there, the leader led.
I like that. And he likes that, doesn't he? 1st and goal, let me do the job.
Because you know when he falls into the end zone after falling behind those big guys who pushed up front, that's a pretty good celebration, isn't it?
Gives him a little street cred in the locker room, too, doesn't it?
Street cred, and then when they go out to dinner afterwards, he's still picking up the check.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Berrios now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
This taken in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Play action. It's Wilson. And that is caught. It's Davis. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 27 yards there, a first down.
Ready, ready.
Now Wilson.
Right back to Davis. It's complete. And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line.
Big yardage that time for the Jets. 48 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain his...
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Back to Walker on 1st down.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
50 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Walker now on 1st and 10. Has some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And going right back to Walker. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Seahawks look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that's the end line.
On the 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
They go play action with Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Josh Jones. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions. Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Tannehill going to throw it. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Tannehill. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. You ready for a Captain Obvious comment?
Let's go. Go with it, please.
He had the 5 picks last week. He's got to be much more pleased. Just the 1 interception. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And not only is he pleased, his entire team is. Because throwing those 5 interceptions affects everyone. That's extra work for your defense and not enough possessions for your offense. He's flipped that ratio around in this game.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Seahawks, they improved to 11-5 now with 1 week.